So you're looking to buy an FRS BRZ or 86 in 2021. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you why you should or should not in this video. If that sounds interesting, let's get straight into today's video. Now it is snowing outside, and I gotta say, ever since I became a car person who loves cars and loves to work on cars, I started to really hate winter. And man, it does look beautiful, I gotta give it that, but I just want it to be summer again so I can put my wheels back on my car and pretty much modify it all over again. Come on, winter really needs to end. Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. Now in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about why you should own a FRS BRZ or 86 in 2021. Now with the future generation of the Subaru BRZ coming out, there are a ton of changes that are going to happen to this platform. But I'm going to go ahead and mainly focus on the first generation of the Subaru BRZ, Toyota 86, and the Scion FRS. Now, if you guys don't know, I currently own a 2014 Scion FRS, and it's pretty safe to say that it's decently modified. It's not turbocharged, it's not supercharged, it's not wide-bodied, but there are a ton of mods on this car to make it decently modified. Now, for the new viewers of the channel, I'm going to go ahead and throw up a couple clips of my car. Now, those clips were from previous videos ago. I have a ton of things onto the car, as I said before, but to make this video simple and easy to digest, I'm going to go ahead and break this video off into 5 different parts. First thing we're going to go ahead and talk about, it's the most popular thing about the FRS BRZ in 86, and yes, it is the fact that it is slow. Now, this car, from personal experience, I gotta say, it is pretty slow, but because of the lightweight and the handling of this car, honestly, I gotta say, that completely beats the slowness of the car. I'd rather drive this car than another car that is a little bit faster than this, if that makes any sense to you guys. The handling on this car is completely well balanced and perfect in my opinion, and I have driven other cars to compare them to. The handling is a completely other topic, but to talk about the topic of it being slow, you can go ahead and turbocharge this car and you can go ahead and supercharge this car if you really have a problem with the power that is currently putting out. Now, a lot of people do it just for fun, and that's completely fine. Honestly, in the future, I hope that I get to do that one day. But right now, I am Open Flash Tablet Stage 2 Plus tuned, and honestly, it isn't that bad. Yes, minivans do overtake you. How does it feel when minivans overtake you? So that clip is from a couple of videos ago. If you guys haven't seen that video, the link will be in the description. But honestly, minivans can overtake me, but
stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Now moving on to the second point. Now this is the reason why I would go ahead and buy an FRS BRZ in 86 in the first place. It's because of the looks. Now if you look at the car coming from stock, you already know that this car, for its price range, this car is a pretty nice looking car. Now a lot of the builds that I check out on Instagram, they are really nice builds. There's a lot of unique builds and there's a lot of clean builds. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up some pictures of builds I've seen on Instagram that I think are really nice, well put together builds. Now those builds are just random builds that I see on Instagram that I look up to and pretty much are inspirations to my build. But this car, again, is a really nice looking car, and honestly it beats all of its competitors in my opinion. Now moving on to the third point of why you should buy or own an FRS BRZ or 86 in 2021 is because all the aftermarket parts availability. Every single part on this car, whatever it is, whatever you name, there should be a aftermarket part for that car that you can customize it with. We're talking headlights, we got V-line headlights, we're talking about taillights, we got Valenti taillights, literally anything on this car that you guys see could be modified and customized, and there's just so many different aftermarket parts for this car that it's insane. And that's another reason why I really wanted this car, because you can take this car and you can completely change the way it looks and make it unique to its own build. Now with those 3 reasons being said, we're gonna quickly move on to the 4th reason, and that's price. Now this car is really well priced for what you get, and not even just that, all of the parts on this car are fairly cheap. So if you're going ahead and rebuilding this car, you can go ahead and find a lot of these parts for really cheap. So if you're looking to go ahead and buy parts for this car, you can find a lot of parts for fairly cheap, and honestly that is another reason why I bought this car. Now if I ever needed to replace anything, I could replace it without a problem. Compared to other cars, if you get into an accident and your front bumper is like 2-3 grand, that's gonna be a lot compared to like a front bumper, which is usually around $400 to $500. So with the parts being cheap, also come aftermarket parts that are fairly cheap. So again, when I was talking about headlights, you can completely swap out your headlights to aftermarket headlights for just $500. And that is the luxury of this car. Not a lot of other cars have that luxury. You can swap out the taillights for around $300-ish. You can go ahead and get an off-the-shelf tune for $500. And these are just mods that I'm listing, I am planning to do, and I have went ahead and done myself. So it is fairly cheap. Moving on to the 5th last reason why you should buy an FRS BRZ 86 in 2021 is because of the maintenance on this car. Now the maintenance is really easy to do on this car. I've never done oil changes before this car, but when I started doing it on this car, I started realizing that they're really easy to do on this car. I gotta give a shout out to Subaru and Toyota for making it really easy to do. The oil filter is on the top, so you don't have to worry about going underneath the car and putting a filter in. All you have to do is release the oil drain plug and let the oil drain out. So not even that, any other maintenance work on this car, it has been thought of and they have made it really simple for you to do. A lot of the mods that have been done to this car have been done by me. Some of them have been done by shops and other people, but a lot of the mods have been done by me, which goes to show that honestly, when I started off modding this car, I didn't know nothing about cars, but it goes to show that you can learn, and this is a really easy car to learn on. Now the only thing I would hate about doing on a FA20 would be spark plugs, and I do have to do spark plugs soon, and I keep postponing it just because I've heard so many horror stories about spark plugs and changing them on Subarus. So I know for a fact it's going to be pretty difficult. Honestly, you guys might hate me for this, but I might go ahead and get it done by a shop just because I don't want to have to go through the struggle of doing that myself. So I am postponing that, but it should be done really soon. Now those are 5 reasons why you should buy an FRS BRZ 86, and those really go for any year, but I'm gonna go ahead and put 2021 in the title and put 2021 in the thumbnail because this is a new year, and I know a lot of people in 2020 went ahead and bought FRS BRZs and 86s. I want to welcome you guys to the 86 scene. I also know a lot of people are gonna buy them in 2021. So if you're watching this in 2021 and thinking about buying an FRS BRZ or 86, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, pull the trigger, you won't regret it. If you're looking for power, this isn't the car, but if you're looking for a good handling, fun, affordability, and if you're looking for a really big aftermarket availabilities for parts, you should go ahead and buy this car. This car would be 100% fits all of those, and you should buy this car. Now, I hope I persuaded you to buy this car. Go ahead, subscribe down below for FRS BRZ and 86 content. Drop a like on this video. 2021, we're killing it. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers as quick as we can. Do me a favor, share this video with your friends if you guys possibly can. With that being said, thank you guys for all the support you guys gave me in 2020, and I will see you guys in the next video.